Blocking the Biden administration's efforts to issue a central bank digital currency, a group of senators filing legislation to ban cryptocurrencies backed by the Fed. Joining us now is Indiana Senator Mike Braun. Senator, thanks for being with us. All right, central bank digital currencies. We've talked a lot about that on this program. You say they're a huge threat and you better stop it before it starts. Tell us about the threat.
Well, it'd be the ultimate surveillance tool in my mind. And let's look at what digital currencies are about. Number one, even outside of government, they probably have to become less volatile. A medium of exchange is supposed to be stable and kind of grows with the economy. I don't think that's established itself yet. But when you get central governments involved in having a digital currency, I think there's all kinds of things that can happen. Name me one that is currently doing a good job with the regular old currency. The amount of money that we're borrowing and spending, we bend that reserve currency, that is going to start to go by the wayside over time. Will the euro come back? I don't think anybody's going to trust maybe a Chinese central currency, let alone giving them the digital version, which I think they'd manage probably better than the rowdy markets out there, but we don't want to go there because you're talking about our own government that's trying to peek in on your bank account when you spend $600 or when you buy certain products. That is scary. We need to slow way down on that, and we need to get our own financial house in order, our own sovereign currency, before you even get close to looking at something like this.
You make an excellent point, Senator. And speaking of our financial house, you had Senators Schumer and McConnell, Speaker Johnson, Hakeem Jeffries at the White House. They were talking to the president about the potential to come to some resolution to avoid a government shutdown. They also were talking about foreign aid and the border. Any takeaways from this meeting you can share with us?
Well, number one, I'd be surprised. I've been here a little over 5 years, and they've been taking the shutdown threat so they can do all these huge bills behind closed doors. Last one was 4,100 pages, dropped in our lap at 1:40 in the morning, 2 days to read it. They love it because all of them have given us this mess of government growing based upon borrowing off the back of our kids and grandkids. Think about in this short a time. I got here a little over 5 years ago. We were borrowing $1 trillion a year. Now it's $2 trillion a year. In other words, $1 trillion every 6 months. That is shameful. We do no budgeting. We use no committee process. You got a bunch of amateurs that are political career guys running this government and putting the burden on the back of our kids and grandkids. I think it's something that needs to be litigated. Only a few of us talk about it, though.
Yeah. I want to switch gears with you, if I may. The FTC is suing to block the Kroger-Albertsons deal. A lot of people sort of shaking their heads because profit margins are like 2% in groceries. There's so much competition. If they block this deal, doesn't it just help Amazon and Walmart?
No doubt about it, and even they are not that large in this market. I think Walmart's 22%, Kroger's about 10, with Albertson in there it'd be 12. Reminds me of progressives and big government folks. They go after banks and they go after, there's unbelievable transparency and competition there and in the grocery business. What about big tech, where they are the largest companies in the world, put their finger upon the narrative more than anyone? Why aren't we looking at that? Don't try to fix something that isn't broke. Typical government.
Senator Braun, great thoughts on a range of subjects. Thanks for being with us today.